As VFX technology and the skills of VFX artists have progressed, they've been able to make their monsters more detailed and more realistic. But this isn't enough for Hollywood. In an industry where everything is larger than life, they want their monsters scarier, more powerful, and the bigger, the better. King Kong has been in multiple movies over the years, and his size has altered a lot. In the original 1933 film, because of differences in scale of the miniatures and models made, Kong's height actually varied drastically throughout the entire film. A bust of Kong was built on a scale of a 40-foot ape, and the full-size hand was built on a scale of a 70-foot ape. In some scenes he was 60 feet, in others he was 18 feet, and in Peter Jackson's version, Weta Digital scaled their version of Kong to 25 feet. In 2017's Kong Skull Island, Kong was a massive 104 feet. Our comparison is based on his height, because even though in 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong he's a whopping 337 feet, we feel it's just to make the fight between the two fairer. In Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, Industrial Light and Magic was tasked with creating Devastator, which is formed by 9 different vehicles. Thanks to its vortex grinder, Devastator is top-heavy and therefore cannot stand up straight. If he could, he would be approximately 100 feet tall. As it stands, or rather doesn't, he's 45 feet. He may not be the tallest or biggest movie monster, but thanks to Industrial Light and Magic's sense of humor, he's definitely got balls. In The Atlas of Middle-earth by Karen Wynne Fonstad, SMAUG is said to be around 60 feet in length. This seems to be based on Tolkien's original illustration, which he claimed was imprecise, and that SMAUG is way too small and Bilbo is way too big. In the Hobbit trilogy, Weta Digital's SMAUG size varies between 425 feet and 500 feet in length, and its wingspan is about the same. Although Tolkien never actually revealed SMAUG's exact size, he did say that SMAUG would be able to fit his snout into a 5 feet by 40 feet doorway, but unable to open his mouth. If we extrapolate this measurement using ratios similar to a crocodile, we end up with a SMAUG that is roughly the same size as Weta Digital's. The Kraken is a mythical sea monster whose origins are thought to have come from sailors encountering the giant squid that can reach sizes of 50 feet. However, in the movies, the Kraken's size, shape, and indeed characteristics vary tremendously depending on the film you're watching. Industrial Light and Magic's Kraken in Pirates of the Caribbean is a squid-like monster and apparently 1,400 feet long. In the 1981 version of Clash of the Titans, VFX legend Ray Harryhausen created a stop-motion Kraken that was half humanoid but lizard-like with no legs and 4 arms. This version of the Kraken was continued in the 2010 remake of the film with the same title, but MPC made it bigger, more muscular and scarier, adding razor-sharp teeth and long powerful tentacles to the beast that was now at least 500 feet tall. The protagonist of the 2008 film Cloverfield, this monster doesn't really have a name, although the military fighting it in the film do give it an acronym, LSA, or Large Scale Aggressor. Double Negative was given the task of creating this deep-sea lifeform, and to say they went big is an understatement. In its quadruped pose, it's about 300 feet tall, but if it stood on 2 legs, it would be 350 feet. Its length, if we include the tail, is an astonishing 1,200 feet. As with King Kong, Ghidorah has appeared in a variety of films, and his characteristics have remained very similar, basically a winged Godzilla with 3 heads. But contrary to Kong, Ghidorah's size has remained almost exactly the same in every reincarnation. In the 1991 film Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, he is 460 feet tall, with a wingspan of 490 feet. In the 2019 film Godzilla, King of the Monsters, MPC's version of Ghidorah involved motion capture from 3 different actors to portray each head's personality. They also slowed his flying speed down from the Mach 3 of previous films to just under Mach 1, and Ghidorah's wings are capable of generating hurricane force winds of 217 miles per hour. MPC's Ghidorah is 521 feet tall. Unlike all other monsters on our list, the SANDO AQUA monster isn't a single freak monster, but it's actually a species found in the oceans and lakes of the planet Naboo, in the Star Wars film Galaxy. As Star Wars is a Lucasfilm franchise, and Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's VFX house, the task of creating this monster fell to them. A strong shark-like tail, webbed hands and feet, and incredibly sharp teeth made it a dangerous predator and incredibly fast, despite its tremendous size. Some growing to be up to 656 feet long. According to the 1965 novel Dune, normal sandworms grow up to around 1,300 feet in length, although one is summoned in the book that measures 8,200 feet. In the 1984 film, special effects sandworm models were made by VFX legend Carlo Rambaldi. There were various different size models, the largest of which were 20 feet long. Puppeteers used to control their mouths and bodies, and then miniature sets and blue screens were used to create a scale where they looked 1,300 feet long. A new Dune film is set for release this year with VFX from Double Negative, so it remains to be seen just how big DNEG will make their sandworms. In the 2007 film Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, we find out that the Silver Surfer is just a servant to a bigger power, a much bigger power. Known as the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus is a godlike figure who has to feed off a planet's life force in order to survive. In the comic books, he is depicted as a giant humanoid in a purple suit and a spork-shaped helmet. However, in the 2007 film, 20th Century Fox didn't want to do a big reveal of Galactus for just one quick shot, and so they told Weta Digital to be discreet, deciding on depicting Galactus as a massive cloud of cosmic dust. Weta was able to convince Fox to add some subtle hints of how the character looked in the comic books, leaving the grand reveal for a future Silver Surfer spin-off film. We can't tell you Galactus's actual size, but he eats planets, so pretty big. Please give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget the links to the music used in this video are in the video description, and be sure to let us know in the comments section if you made it to the end of the video and heard this message. A huge thanks if you did. Staying to the end of the video really helps out the channel, so thank you so much.